Edwards here from Advanced Virtual Assistants. I thought I would just hop in. I'm sat waiting in the car and I had 5 minutes to spare, and I was just thinking about some tips to share with you. So what I'd like to do today is share three tips to making sure that you continue to look professional. And some of the things that have cropped up for me lately, I see it quite a lot actually. And so I thought, why not share it with you guys? So number one is make sure that you have a professional looking email address. I see it so often that people just use their Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, whatever, um, email address that they've just had for many years, and they just continue to use that, which I can understand why you think like that, but it just makes you look a little unprofessional, I think. And I think it's better, whilst you may not be in a position to purchase a domain based email address just yet, you could just create something that looks very much more personal, professional, and you know, um, business like, I guess. Something along the lines of, your name va@gmail.com would even be better than, Bugs Bunny 27@hotmail.com, for example. So what number one, my big tip is to create yourself a professional looking email address, even if it's, like I say, a Gmail address for the time being is better than having something that you've had for many years. Even those ones that are like lots of letters and numbers that just don't make sense to anybody but they still don't look all that professional. So please take the time to go and set yourself up with a new Gmail address, or even better, a domain-based email address with your business name or whatever you decide to go for. So that's number one tip of how to be a bit more professional. Number two is another thing I see quite a lot with virtual assistants, and it's very typical. Virtual assistants are back office operators. We love to do all things operations, and that usually means that we're not so good at things with marketing. Not always the case, but a lot of us feel a bit uncomfortable to be forward facing and putting our face out there. And so what I see quite often is people using a logo or a funny cartoon character as a profile picture across their socials and things like that. And I'd really recommend you use your face, because at the end of the day, as you know, people buy from people and they want to see what you look like. I think if you're have something like a logo or a cartoon picture, it makes you very anonymous, and therefore they can't feel like that you're somebody that they can resonate with. So please go and have a look at your social media channels, all of them, and make sure that you're using a proper photograph of yourself. And even if you haven't got professional ones done yet, that's fine. Just find something that's represents you and is a nice picture of you, basically. And then hint tip number three is I was thinking, another thing I see is people's tagline, particularly in LinkedIn, is quite often really lengthy and isn't going to grab you. And what you've got to remember is that these days a lot of people are scrolling on their phone and things. They don't see all of the taglines, so there's no point putting this great big dialogue about how you're a wonderful VA. You need to think of those first few words of being something really punchy and attention grabbing. So please go and have a look at yours. Even have a look around at what other people, if you can have a look at your trailblazers, people who you think are ahead of you in business and you really respect and what they're doing. Have a look what they've used, but try to think of something very much more inspiring and attention grabbing to your ideal client. So that's my three tips that I thought I'd share with you today, whilst I'm sat here waiting in the car. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye for now.